so your excavator hydraulic valve is going to be down here below.
Okay.
So this is a two-position six-way valve. It's a 12 GPM circuit selector.
Okay.
Should be underneath 12 GPM. In the normal condition, all the flow goes out this port or out this
So
port.
this is A and B then?
This is A and B,
Okay.
exactly. And so we
All right.
bypass the I dig best manifold basically
Okay.
completely. We come up to the cylinder
on going.
runs, the proportional valve is blocked. So really, in the normal condition, without current to the,
It just flows through,
it flows right through, it's
Okay.
like you're not even there.
10-4.
Okay, so when we activate your system, we switch this valve over the other way. This
Okay.
section becomes active. We bring oil in. We're going to include a reverse check valve. So if you
Okay.
do try to run it backwards,
We're not gonna blow it up.
just shuts
Gotcha.
everything down. Yep.
Perfect.
And the valve will be rated for the pressure anyway, so you wouldn't hurt the valve, but the operator's going to know immediately that
No,
this
I like
isn't the
check
right way to
valves.
go. Okay, so we come up. We're going to hit the proportional valve.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to give you approximately 6 GPM. We changed that with the valve
Control
change.
speed 6 GPM.
6 GPM.
Okay.
So we begin to meter this. We have our shuttle valve up here. We begin to build pressure at the cylinder. Of course, we'll come back here. These ports are blocked, so everything's all shut down on
Right.
that side. As we build pressure, our shuttle valve picks that up, and it comes to our unloading valve. This valve is what controls our pressure drop across this guy. So we monitor 80 PSI from this side versus the shuttle side. What happens then is that as we start to build pressure, the pressure increases in here, and as we hit 80 PSI drop across the valve, we begin to open and let the excess go across our flow.
So the relief valve doesn't have to handle all the fluid.
Nope, so we're gonna let it do
Does
the
this
work.
create heat?
It will when it's modulating, but it only works on an 80 PSI drop
Okay.
across here. Where
That's control pressure 80 PSI, is that what you say? 80
Yeah,
PSI?
delta crossed it. So
Okay.
you can get up to 6 GPM, and at 6 GPM you'll have 80 PSI drop
Okay.
between here and here.
Okay, I got you.
Okay?
Sure,
So
sure.
that's how
Okay.
that works. Now, all the excess, though, does go across here, and that's going to be at whatever your load is minus your tank pressure. So that's where your pressure drop comes into play.
Okay.
So let's say you're running at 2,500 PSI, and you've hit your target flow, then everything above 6 GPM. So let's say you're running at 6 GPM, 80 PSI, everything's great. Now you're putting 7 GPM into it. Well, 1 gallon a minute
gonna
at
go away.
2,500 PSI is going across here. That's your heat.
Gotcha.
This valve is your flow control valve. We're going to set that initially to 4 GPM. So when you're actually using this circuit, you're going through the valve and back to tank. Nothing here ever happens. So you can get 6. But as the operator's applying more joystick and sending more and more flow through here, when they do saturate this valve, and to the point
So
where
if
they
you're
actually are
leaving,
bypassing,
You can
and-
only let out 4.
yeah, 4 GPM. Now you're so far over what this valve needs. You're 4 GPM over the demand of this
Right,
valve.
gotcha.
Now you're going to hear the machine lug. You're going to go to the max flow and
And
horsepower.
that back to tank.
and
kind
back
of
to
thing
tank. So it
works.
still works, but the operator's going to hopefully notice that.
And when this switches back and forth, that still doesn't change. It's still back to tank because it joystick's one way.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
Exactly. So the operator will feel the back off of it. So we'll see. That'll be the experimentation piece. Is one, do you need it at all? So we can just take that out and put a plug in.
Now, where's the adjustable part?
This one will be adjustable. So
From 4 to 0?
it'll be 0.1 GPM to 10 GPM.
Okay.
So you'll have a broad range to experiment.
So what's the 4 then if I can adjust it?
4 is what we'll target initially.
Okay, okay.
We'll
gotcha.
just set it at 4 to begin with.
Okay,
bring it up or
okay.
down. So we
Is
can
that something to do with an Allen screw?
Yeah, that's just a regular.
fine. Okay.
Exactly. So
Okay.
screw it in and out.